it's Amy from CraftyMcFangirl.com. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to be working on a Fix-it-Felix cosplay inspired by Wreck-It Ralph.
All of the materials for this project are linked in the description below the video, both on YouTube and at CraftyMcFangirl.com. For Felix's hammer, you will need a toy plastic hammer, gold spray paint, adding gold glitter is an optional step, and gloss glaze. For Felix's hat, you will need a plain blue cap, painter's tape and paintbrushes, an X-Acto blade and cutting mat, yellow acrylic paint and fabric medium, or yellow fabric paint. For Felix's shirt, you will need a medium blue work shirt, a scrap of white fabric, a small piece of iron-on adhesive like heat and bond, an iron and ironing pad, blue fabric paint, and white fabric paint. To complete Felix's costume, you will need a pair of blue jeans, tan work gloves, a tan work belt, and tan work boots. Unbox and prepare your hammer by removing any stickers or labels so that you can give it a coat of gold spray paint. I spray painted my hammer outside. Make sure the spray paint is completely dry before you add a layer of gloss, glaze, or varnish. An optional step is to add gold glitter to your hammer while the gloss glaze is still wet. Once the glaze is dry and the glitter is set, add a final layer of glaze to keep the glitter secure. Next, it's time to work on the cap. Download and print out the pattern from CraftyMcFangirl.com. I will link the pattern below the video. Cut away the two F's inside the Fix-it-Felix logo with an X-Acto blade. On your cutting mat, use blue painter's tape to create a patch about the size of the logo. Trace the two F's on the tape patch. Cut out the logo shape from the pattern paper. Transfer the shape onto the tape. Then cut out the logo from the tape to make a sticky stencil for the cap. Add extra tape to reinforce the stencil before you peel it off the cutting mat. Position the shape on the center of the cap. You may need to clip the corners of the tape to get the shape to lie down on the round cap. Once you have the shape applied, peel up the two F's and position them on the cap as well. There are two ways to fill in the yellow portion of the logo. I tried both ways to see which method worked best. First, I mixed yellow paint with fabric medium and used a paintbrush to apply the design. I thought this method turned out too light and the edges were weak. So I let that paint dry and went over the design with a generous layer of yellow dimensional fabric paint with a shiny finish. This method worked much better and I got a much cleaner line on the edges. Next, it's time to work on the shirt. You will need to cut out the Felix name patch from the paper pattern for this part. You will need a scrap of white fabric and a small piece of iron-on adhesive such as heat and bond to create the name patch. Iron some heat and bond to your white fabric, then cut out the oval shape of the name patch. Peel off the paper backing. Position the patch on your work shirt just above the left breast pocket and iron it onto the shirt. Next, refer to the paper pattern piece to write the name onto the patch. I decided to practice on a scrap of fabric first. Use blue fabric paint and work carefully. You only get one shot to get this right, or you'll have to start all over again. After you paint on the name, add a dark blue border around the edge and let the fabric paint dry completely before continuing. Next, mix blue and white fabric paint together to create a light blue and fill in all the white areas of the patch. Once your patch is dry, you can add the shirt to your cap and hammer. A pair of work boots, work gloves, and a tool belt will complete the costume.
Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have fun as Fix-it-Felix.